Hello, my name is Stephen Bain, and this is the discussion post for cultural artifacts. When looking at the post this week, I have to admit that I felt a little bit of apprehension. I don't come from a very strong cultural background. My family of origin is not one that I hold on to. And where I've come from and grown up, I've lived a rather transient existence throughout the years due to jobs and profession and varying life issues. And it hasn't been till more recently in my life, in my late 20s, early 30s, that I finally transitioned into a stationary place. So when looking at culture, I struggled at first to try to understand what my culture would be. But after little bit of thought, I realized that I have assimilated a cultural identity for myself, and that would be through the culture of my faith. I am a follower of the way. I am a Christian. I daily use spiritual practices to keep myself centered on the Word of God. And one of the artifacts that I carry with me at all times would be the cross. This is the current iteration of the cross that I have, a beautiful green stone cross. I've had many iterations of this over the years. The last one I carried around with me was a wooden cross, and then made out of olive tree, excuse me. I've had different variations of the artifact, both jewelry, but the image of the cross is what I have carried with me for many years now. That particular artifact speaks to my culture, as it's a constant reminder of the sacrifice that I should be making for others in this world. Having that image placed in front of me, carried on my person, is a constant reminder of the path that I should be following. As Christ did for the world, I should also be a sacrifice, sacrificing who I am for the love and care of others around me. And I have tried to model my life around that purpose. As far as clients are concerned and how they might respond, I believe would really be dependent on the client's backgrounds and their own personal biases or understandings of what that means. My particular faith, for lack of a better term, is kind of a subcategory of the greater category of culture that is Christianity. And there are a lot of different facets, and depending on the individual client, such a cultural artifact could be seen not as something positive. It could be seen as something negative. Or someone who grew up in the culture of the church and had various bad experiences that carry a set of spiritual trauma with them. And very possibly could be something seen both negatively or positively, depending on their individual biases and what they've experienced in life. How this shapes who I am becoming as a counselor is very much that idea of servant leadership. Dressler in 2026 talks about the idea of cultural consonance, this image that culture around us, we take on almost this repeating noise that they're able to track and see and understand in our actions and behaviors that we make towards others in the world around us. And that's what I want this cultural artifact, this symbol that I carry with me, to constantly be reminding me of. That idea that I am, as a counselor, a servant to others, a helper, someone who is leading through that servitude. Thank you so much for taking this time to spend with me today. I hope you all have a blessed day.